It looks like a pike. I think it's a pike.
No, don't be a pike. That's a bass.
Oh!
It's a nice bass.
That,
Oh yeah. Welcome to Water and Ice Outdoors. Today I'm out fishing bass. First time I've been out for the opener. Out here on a local metro lake here, and it's got some nice fish in it. I've fished here before, I've filmed here before. I've done my whopper plopper video here, my catching bass in shallow cover video, so check those out if you haven't seen them already. I'll link them above. Today we're out talking about jerkbaits, because in the spring jerkbaits are one of my favorite things to fish, and they catch lots of numbers and they catch big bass. I'm going to show you one of my favorite jerkbaits to use. It's the Strike King KVD Jerk, and it has some of the most erratic action that you're ever going to find in a jerkbait, and we'll get to that later. So stay tuned. We're going to get fishing. We'll get on some big ones. People told me they were getting them on last weekend too as reaction baits, which kind of surprised me, with it being as cold as it was. Number two, little guy. That's no call.
You're doing your musky fishing videos this year again?
I don't know. I really want to catch a nice one, but oh no, I think he's off. God, it must be tiny. Is he off again? What is this, a sunfish?
Little dink. No, it's a little bass.
He's pulling pretty good though. He's not even that small.
Oh yeah.
He just wasn't fighting. What the heck?
You're liking that jerkbait today.
Yeah, this is the time for it, man.
This is bigger than your second one. Oh yeah, there's little sunfish around here too, right under your boat.
Yeah, on the point there's always bait fish. So guys, this is what we're using. KVD jerkbait. This is in the bone color. It's one of their newer colors. Fantastic jerkbait. Just has some of the most erratic action of any jerkbait you'll find out on the market. So anytime in the spring is a phenomenal time to use a jerkbait. Around weed edges, even up shallow around docks. Fish just love that erratic action. For those of you that don't jerkbait very often, or are beginners to bass fishing and have never tried jerkbaiting, there's a few key things on how to jerk your jerkbait basically. So the first thing is, when you cast it out, you want to do sharp downward jerks. And some people like having the same cadence. I like varying it up. I like doing 1, pause, 1, 2, pause, then alternating between 1, 2, and 3 jerks. And you want those downward jerks, and you don't want to pull and drag to where you're actually pulling the jerkbait. What you want is to just start to feel the resistance of that jerkbait and let your rod naturally bounce back. So if you're watching my hands and my rod, you can see that I'm letting the jerkbait stops it right there, and then I just let it bounce back as best I can. And then you want to keep some slack in your line as well, and that allows the jerkbait to have a much more erratic action. Here's how it should look and sound under the water. So I let that natural pulling of the jerkbait, that natural resistance, bounce my rod back towards where the jerkbait is, if that makes sense to you. And I get just such better erratic action from the jerkbait. And that was a tip I got listening to Kevin Van Dam, who's probably the best bass fisherman of all time. And that is his big thing. There's a fish right there. Oh, it's a good one too, guys. Oh my goodness, he's pulling. Oh boy. It's a good fish. Not a giant, but it's probably it's a 3 at least. I'm gonna have to get him down here. Come here, bud. Gotcha. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you throw the jerkbait. I don't have my other camera rolling right now, but look at that beauty. Absolute beauty. Maybe 3 pounds. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. And just like I said, that erratic jerk, that erratic action of this bait gets these fish every time. And I'm focusing on points and initial weed edges right now. When I first came out here, these fish, I was thinking they were gonna be up shallow, and I saw fish on beds, but I couldn't get any to bite. And so I moved out to the weed lines, and I found these big girls. On that initial weed line. Went to the jerkbait, and that's all they wanted. All right, guys, one last look at this fish. Let's get her back in the water. Get a good release on her. There she goes. What a beauty.
Found it right by the boat.
Pike. No,
it's not.
It's a nice bass. I thought it was a pike. It was long, so I thought it was a pike. That's a better fish.
That's bigger than your first one.
Oh God. Don't do it. Yeah, you tried to hook me. That's a better fish.
Yeah. 2.5 pounder probably.
Yeah, probably about that. All right, guys. Another decent one on the jerkbait. Another one on that that's another one on that Strike King jerkbait. These KVDs, they're deadly. I figure we'll try and be in by quarter to noon.
Sure.
Another hour or so.
Yeah.
Hopefully this point will work out for us. Oh, that's a nice fish. Be a bass.
That looks like a pike. I think it's a pike.
No, don't be a pike. That's a bass.
Oh!
It's a nice bass.
That,
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we come to this lake, dude. Oh my gosh.
you need help with it?
Nope, I'm just gonna let her go. She's pulling drag.
Oh.
Oh my God, that's a huge fish. That's a 5. That's a 5 all day. Come here. Don't spit it. Don't spit it. Don't spit it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! Woo, baby! Oh, she's bleeding big time too. Why is she bleeding?
Oh, wow.
You're alright, you're alright.
Need your pliers?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why she's bleeding. I didn't hook her deep. Freaking bent my hook though. Guys, that is why I come to this lake. Unbelievable fish. What a beauty. I'm gonna weigh this thing. Kyle, there's a scale.
Yep.
In that, yep, that compartment. Guys, I'm gonna weigh this fish quick. She is bleeding a little bit, but I didn't hook her deep, so I'm not sure why she's bleeding, but I just want to get her back pretty quick here. So we're just gonna weigh her nice and quick here. Ah, 411, not a 5. I could have sworn. How is that not a 5? Man.
It's a big female.
More on the jerkbait, guys. I mean, this thing is just killing it today. KVD Jerkbait all day. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. Had a great time fishing out here. Caught about 8-9 fish, couple northern as well, and that one 5-pound bass, 411. Just a great fish. Use a jerkbait in the spring. Focus on points, weed lines, and I guarantee you'll catch fish. Thanks for watching. See you next time.